from Guymon Petro. It's the DC3 Coaches Show. And now here's your host, Ryan Osmus.
Conquistador women are on a 5-game win streak, including 3 straight overtime victories. Team opened Jayhawk Conference play last week with a double overtime victory at Independence, and then took their home opener an exciting 87-76 overtime finish to get past Neosho 2 days ago. Currently tied with Hutchinson for first place in the Jayhawk West, Wednesday the ladies will host undefeated Eastern Conference leader Butler County. Grizzlies are 11-0 this season and 2-0 in conference games. Here to fill us in on this team's exciting wins and how they'll match up against Butler is head coach Zach Loll. Coach, nice seeing you again, buddy.
Good to see you.
Great to have you here.
Great to be back on the show again.
So when we were together last Monday, you guys were kind of on a roll, had some good momentum going, 5-3, coming off an overtime victory, a couple of really good wins. You guys have kept that ball rolling this week with 2 really big victories over Independence and Neosho. Double overtime victory, correct, against Independence, and then turn it right around, get an overtime victory against Neosho. So congratulations on both of those big victories. I want to open up this evening, though. We'll get to the games, have you fill us in on some of the play on the floor. But before we get there, I actually want to speak a little bit about, I want you to comment on the toughness and the grit of your team. I mean, 3 straight victories, and two of those which were in overtime, and then 1 in double overtime. So just speak to the toughness of your team and the grit they've been showing the last few games.
Well, you know, it's a testament to this team I have, and I think it starts with the 8 sophomores that are returning, and we've got 9 sophomores overall. So, you know, we've got some, I won't say good, we've got some great leadership there, and we've got some young ladies that, you know, have been through it. They understand what it's like, and they just, you know, they've got a never surrender attitude. In these games that we've played here, and with the overtime wins, never a sense of panic. They've just kind of stayed even keel and gotten the job done, you know, and you know, 2 of the games I'm going to get into, and I know you're going to get into them, but, you know, Saturday and on Wednesday, in the overtime victories, we go 3 minutes in each game and hold our opponent scoreless. You know, so it's not just that we're like going out scoring points to win. Like we've got some toughness about us that, you know, we're getting stops on the defensive end and making it tough on people to score the basketball. I wish we'd show a little bit of that during regulation, so we didn't have to get to the overtime frame. But you know, battled through different things. You know, Independence shot awful from the free throw line. You know, I don't know. Part of the game, though. It's part of the game. You know, shoot extremely well from the field, but free throw was awful. And we still managed a way to, you know, come out on top of that.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I give credit, and it's just not that we've got one girl that's doing it. It's top to bottom. Everybody's contributing. You look at, I was watching film this morning of Saturday's game, and I was looking back at the end of 4th quarter and the overtime, and we hit shots and make shots, and it's the entire bench is up cheering, you know, and everybody's excited for the success that we're having, you know, and during the game Saturday, multiple times the referee's like, your bench has got to sit down. Like, I can't tell my bench to sit down when we're having success. You know, it's, you know, they're just up having fun and enjoying the moment. And you know, I think that they're having fun in this moment. And you know, we haven't talked about win streaks. We haven't talked about conference championships. We're focusing on, you know, the message we had today for practice was the opportunity is now. It's not, you know, we've got to, like, no, let's just take care of the day. and by taking care of the day, that's going to take care of what's to come.
Absolutely. One of the things that I thought about as I thought about those last 3 overtime victories, obviously you've improved each of the 3 years you've been here. We've had, you're gaining some momentum, just not game to game, but season by season. But these last 3 games, you hear it often in football, baseball, basketball, but learning how to win. It seems like your team is really learning how to win, showing some, as I said, some real grit and character, and that's just great to see that being played out on the floor.
Yeah, it's and again, I go back to this is about these young people that are part of the team, and for them, to grow and see the growth that they're having. I mean, from the first game at State Fair when we lose on the road, to coming back, beating them in overtime. You look back last year, we had a chance to win at Independence and let it slip away. To come back now and get that victory on the road, like they can see. And again, I go back to the sophomore leadership that they've been in those situations. It's not just me believing in them, but they have a belief in me and what we're trying to do, and they've bought into that. And we're able to just keep that momentum going forward, and they believe in each other.
Yeah.
And it's, somebody may have an off night shooting, but somebody else is going to pick up the slack and different things. And they, as we keep moving forward, they continue to build trust in one another.
Absolutely. Okay, so time always goes so fast. So let's kind of get into the game. So we had Independence here this past Wednesday. You came away with, just to set it up for the fans. Before these past 2 games, we came in at 5-3. You're now 7-3 overall and 2-0 in conference play. So congratulations with that.
Thank you.
Hot start in conference play. But we had a victory over Independence on Wednesday night, 76-70.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Let me cheat and look at my notes.
Nope.
76-70 against
correct.
Independence, and then 87-76 against Neosho.
Correct.
Well, let's go ahead and start with Independence. You've touched on some aspects of the game, but give us some general and overall thoughts about that victory.
Well, and I'm going to start out with, and 2 girls that in the box score that aren't going to get credit for the Independence victory are Kaylee Nail and Kaylee Maple, 2 sophomores, but they were workhorses for us. Independence had a 6'5" horse inside. She had 17 rebounds, I think, against us. A lot of those came off of, I think, our missed free throws. But the key to stopping them was containing her, and they did a great job of just being very physical. Came up with a lot of key stops and rebounds, and they didn't get rebounds, but they kept her from getting rebounds, which doesn't go in the box score. But their play inside was just phenomenal for us. And down the stretch, we had a lot of different kids make plays. We had finally had a couple girls step up and make some free throws, but it was a total team victory, and we had opportunities, that it shouldn't even went to overtime if we hit some free throws, but we didn't. We can't change it. But we got in the second overtime stops and got baskets down the stretch. Had to run some things out of bounds wise and had a couple key turnovers, but we bounced back from those and we had girls make shots. We got down. I think we were down 4 in the first overtime and had girls step up and hit a 3 to cut it to 1 point and different things. So again, it's a total team effort that allows us to be victorious at Independence and get off on the right foot for conference play.
Absolutely. So congratulations on that win. Then Wednesday, big victory. Then you were back at home here on Saturday for an afternoon game. Once again, victory over Neosho in overtime. Share with us, give us some overall thoughts.
Well, it
about
was,
that game.
they play a very chaotic, erratic style. I mean, they pushed. They were subbing 5 at a time. They were coming down 1 pass, shooting 3s. Defensively, they mixed it up. They trapped a lot of different things. So it wasn't that we could go in and say, this is what they're going to do. We had to be able to play basketball. And there were times, start of the game, we played really well. And then we let them kind of get a rhythm, hit a couple shots, got a little belief in themselves. So, it went from like a 10-point lead. I think it was a 1-point lead or 2-point lead at the end of the quarter. and they kept fighting and playing hard. And I was watching the film today, and I think we're down 3 with under 30 seconds to go, and we get a couple of a key defensive stop. We get a 5-second count on a sideline out of bounds for them, get the ball back and end up with the ball, and then we go to the free throw line, make 2 to send it to overtime in there. So just a lot of different things happening. And again, in overtime, we come out and we have some girls hit some shots. We attacked against their press, got some baskets. We weren't tentative. And in the second half, we let them speed us up. We kind of got undisciplined, took some shots that weren't good shots, where they were shots, we were open, but they were quick shots. So, in overtime, we got more disciplined, got our ball movement, got our shots in rhythm, and then when they did press and we had the opportunities, we attacked them and scored instead of settling for some quick shots or shots that we were a little unsure of, like, am I open? Should I shoot it? Should I not? And we attacked and got baskets, and then, our defense comes up for us and we hold them scoreless for 3 minutes.
Right. So this was, you'd already touched on this, but it was something I actually did put in my notes that I wanted to make mention of, and we talked about it last week. You've already referred to it a couple times. You related to the contributions that you're getting from across the, you're getting defensive stops when you need defensive stops. You're getting a bucket when you need a bucket, and it's coming from all over the floor. So just kind of dig into that a little bit deeper, and the contributions you're getting from everyone, and what that means to your success so far this year.
One, it means that we're tough to scout because you can't say, well, we need to take this girl away, and that's going to help us get a victory. Like, it just, different people step up at different times, and we can go 10, 11, 12 players deep and really, not have any fall off. But at the same time, it creates competition in our practices, and we're able to, compete in practice and get better day in and day out. It's, so that helps us getting better. But then also, it also helps that when you can put somebody in, you're not dropping off and say, oh, we've got to change the way we got to play because we've got some different kids on the floor. Like, we're able to maintain our intensity and keep coming at people defensively, offensively, keep, pushing the tempo, bring shooters on the floor, different things. So it makes my job a little easier, that we don't have to make a lot of in-game adjustments with the different personnel we have on the floor, because we've got a lot of interchangeable parts. And again, I go back to this team, believes in one another, and they're having fun playing with one another, and it's not about what they do on the floor or how many points they score or this or that. They just want to go out, have fun, and have success, and at the end of the day, it's a conquistador win.
Absolutely, yeah. 10 games in, it's been fun to see them work together as a team. The hard work that they put in paying off on the court, so congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
No, not yet, Coach.
Oh, okay.
We got at least a couple more questions.
Okay, all right.
We got to touch on Butler County.
Okay.
So we got a game here, 5:30 start at home. Is it 5:30 start, correct?
5:30.
Yeah, 5:30 start at home here on Wednesday against Butler County Community College, a good Butler County team. So, yeah, give us some thoughts on Butler County and what are going to be your keys to success in that game.
Well, Butler County, they may be the best team I've seen play this year yet. I think they're better than the South Plains team we played down at Seward earlier in the year. They defend. Coach Helmer does a great job defensively with them, and they just, I hope we can score the basketball come Wednesday night, because they're good defensively. And on the offensive end, they shoot it well enough that you've got to guard shooters, and then they may have one of the best players in the league in a transfer that they have playing for them, number 25. That's in the post. And, the key to our game on Wednesday, though I really believe in, I put stuff up around the locker room, we've got to rebound the basketball. Yeah. They shoot it, and they shoot it well, but they send 4 or 5 girls to class, and they just crash the boards. They do the same thing at the defensive end. They limit you to one shot. So I really feel going into the game that our rebounding is going to have to be very, very good going into Wednesday night's game to give us the opportunity to have a chance in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if your team's able to do the things that we've been talking about, play together as a team, continue with that toughness, kind of get contributions from all over the floor, you guys you'll be competitive in that game. So good luck against that. It's a tough Butler County team.
Thank you very much.
One more question. We'll finish off with this question because you'll have a game on Wednesday, and then you've got a couple games leading into the Christmas break, and then you'll have a long stretch where there are no games, I believe. You'll play 2 games, and then we go to break, and then your next game will be sometime like on January 10th.
January 5th. We come back.
So my question is, what's Christmas break look like? What's that schedule look like for you?
Well, you know, our last game is Monday the 10th. A week from the night, we play Allen County at home. Girls will be in finals then. Once they finish up, finals are going to go home. So the 14th, 13th, 14th, most of them will be gone. And then we're actually going to bring them back not till January 1st. So we're going to have a layoff, and that can, I think it's real good. It gets them away from me, gets me away from them. They get a break from each other, right? But it's a tough situation, but I think with this group, and we'll, approach it. They'll need to stay in the gym, keep conditioning. We'll come back. We play in Northern Oklahoma College Enid on the 5th. So you know what? We won't jump right into that conference mix. That's our bye week. So it works out good. But we'll have 4 days of practice. Probably go twice a day when we get back. Having it, and then we'll jump back into conference. But, I think with the chemistry, if we can continue with those things and we come back, and the depth we have, we can come back from that, break and have some success going into the second semester. If we can continue to do and maintain the chemistry we have in one another and the trust that we're building right now, I think that, it can be a fun second semester for us.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations on the great start, early success. 7-3, come out, support the Conks this Wednesday, 5:30 against Butler County. Wish you the best. Thank you. Happy holiday. I will see you again, but it'll be a stretch. We'll have a lot to talk about when we get together once again in the new year. But happy holidays and
appreciate it.
We'll talk.
Happy holidays to you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Ryan.
Heading into conference play, the Conquistador men were setting at 5-3 and averaging some 96 points per game. In the Jayhawk opener at Independence, November 28th, the team scored its lowest total of the season in an 85-57 loss, and followed that by its second lowest total of the season in a 77-68 defeat at home against Neosho last Saturday. 5-5 and 0-2 in the Jayhawk West action. The Conquistador men look to make their first mark in the conference at home against Butler County this Wednesday. Butler is 8-3 and 1-1 in conference and will be coming off an 82-74 loss to Colby on December 1st. Let's talk with head coach Steve Tucker about Butler and about what he sees from his team so far. Welcome, Coach.
Hey,
nice seeing you again.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right, let's. Last time we spoke, you were coming off a very good stretch there, 4-2, 5-3 overall. We've hit a snag, though, this last week, dropping a game against Independence and then dropping one against Neosho. So our Independence score was 57-85, and then Neosho was 68-77.
Yeah.
Let's start with Independence. Talk a little bit about that game. Just give us some overall thoughts on that game and what your perception was on how your team
God bless
played.
Sophomores. Hey, I think, they were a sophomore-laden team. I think that they played to that. They punched us right in the mouth coming out. Defensively, they were extremely tough on us. Very physical team. And they played very well. And we didn't play very well. And we didn't shoot the ball very well. And, put a lot of pressure on our defense. I thought, we defended them well enough to win in that ball game. We just had a hard time putting the ball in the basket, and that was the difference in that ball game. We came home once again, defended well enough to win. Held the Neosho to 42% shooting for the game, and just didn't shoot the ball well, didn't score it well, didn't finish well, and I give them a lot of credit for that. But both teams were very sophomore laden. The Independence group had 11 sophomores. back off last year's team.
Yeah.
And then Neosho had 9 back. And I thought their experience showed through. We battled them, defended them. Second half, go into the second half with a lead. You know, they make a run on us, get us down double figures. We fight back. We just don't have enough to win the ball game. But I thought last time we talked about we had to defend better. We defended a lot better in both ball games, and actually defended, well enough to win both games. We just didn't execute offensively, didn't score well enough offensively to win either ball game.
Yeah, you took my commentary. There was a role reversal because last week we did spend a bit of time on the defending better. Offense was kind of taking care of itself, really hot, scoring 96, 97 points a game, and then you kind of reversed roles these last 2 games where you did play relatively well defensively, but just weren't able to make it up on the offensive end. So with that, what was Independence and Neosho able to do to you defensively to kind of slow you down a little bit, or was it more you guys just not executing?
No, I thought it was their physicality. Okay. I thought that we didn't match either team's physicality, and that's been a problem, all year long. Is that we've got to become a much better physical ball club, tougher ball club, and we haven't shown that. We haven't shown that, not just in these conference games. We haven't shown that all season long. And that's something that we're focusing on, we're emphasizing, and we're hoping that real soon our young men get that. And I think they're getting better there, but they're not at the level where they need to be. I look at our women's basketball team, and congratulations to them on a great start.
Yeah.
Coach Loll's doing a great job with his staff, and like I said, thank God for sophomores. I look at their team, and those 8 sophomores he has back really sets the stage for them. Not just with their execution, but with their toughness.
Yeah.
And I think the reason they won the 3 overtime games was because of their toughness. They just out-gritted everybody.
Yeah.
And we got to get to that point where we're out-gritting people, and our toughness shows through. And in the Jayhawk, you have to do that. I think that's what makes the Jayhawk such a tough conference. It's the best junior college conference in the country, whether it's men or women's basketball.
Absolutely.
Tremendous conference. And it's the toughness and it's the grit of the conference. And it's that you never have a night off. Every game is a great game.
Right.
And there are no give-me games in the Jayhawk. And we got to go out. I told our guys today, we got to go out and we got to take this game against Butler. We got to go out and we've got to oppose our will against them. And no matter what they do, you're not beating us in our house. And we got to do the same thing when we go on the road. No matter what you do, we're going to oppose our will. Our determination is greater than yours. We're going to execute better than you are. And we're going to do whatever we got to do to win the ball game. When we start doing that, we're going to start winning games, and we're going to start playing consistent, and we're going to start playing better basketball. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It ain't how you start.
Right.
It's how you finish. I can assure everybody here and everybody out there watching, we're going to get a lot better, and we're going to be there at the end. And when all the smoke clears, the conquistadors are going to be there.
Very well said. And you've got the athletes and the team to do it, so no doubt you'll get there. So I wanted to back up just a tad bit because we focused a lot on defense last week and wanting to improve in that area. We had a drop-off offensively, but you did ramp up the defense over this past week. What did you guys do different in practice, or what happened with the mindset to kind of dig in defensively over those last couple of games?
We really haven't changed a lot. We have things we emphasize every day fundamentally, offensively, defensively, special situation, fast break. There's things that we emphasize, things that we do. We do things a little bit differently probably than other people. We're really structured in what we do. We teach every day in practice. I've got an excellent coaching staff. Got a lot of help staff with me. And, we work really, really hard to prepare. And that's why we take it so hard when we don't succeed, because we do work so hard to prepare. I think our athletic director sees that. Our president sees that. I think both of our basketball teams see that. I watch what Coach Loll does. I think he watches what we do. I think we take things from each other. And I think good coaches do that. So we're doing everything that we can to prepare our young people. I think it's just that our young people have got to flip the switch. They've got to want it a lot more and go get it.
Yeah.
And when we do that, it's going to be a lot better.
Absolutely. Okay, so we talked about independence. We've talked about defense, offense. Let's talk a little bit about Neosho. Let's visit that game for just a moment. Give us your overall thoughts on Neosho and how that played out.
Well, that was a game that we could have won. Absolutely. We had a 32-30 lead at the half. We were up, in midway through the second half. About the 8-minute mark, they went on a run that got us down 10. And didn't think we responded very well to that. We fought back. We cut it back to 7-6 and just couldn't get over the hump. They extended it back and won the ball game by 9. But, it was definitely a winnable game. Didn't think we executed very well offensively. Didn't think we shot very well. Thought we battled really, really hard.
Yeah.
And I thought we defended a lot better. I think our lack of being able to put the ball in the basket really cost us the ball game.
Well, you'll get there offensively. There's no doubt you got the firepower.
Right, we do.
Proven that over the first part of the season. You've obviously got the ability to play tough, physical, gritty defense. Put those things together. You guys will get where you need.
Yeah, and then we're doing some things in our preparation that I think will be a surprise to our opponent coming up, and opponents coming up. More so on the defensive end. We were so efficient the last 2 days, Sunday night and today's practice.
Yeah, I was asking you how practice went. Yeah, go ahead.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And last night was as good a practice as I've had in 38 years of coaching. And I'm talking about attention to detail, attentiveness, execution, efficiency, tremendous. And we come back today, and our guys were great. I mean, we were on the floor 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it just flew by because they were really, really efficient. We were so good offensively today. I said, why couldn't we play today?
Right.
But, when you do the right things, you're emphasizing the right things, and you're teaching the right things, it works out. And I'm totally confident that we're going to get things righted and get on the right course and on the right track. I'm rooting hard for our girls. I know they're rooting hard for us. And hopefully we can be here and both teams be playing great.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and we're rooting for both teams.
Amen.
Let's talk. We've kind of already touched on it a little bit, but let's go ahead and talk about Butler County. They're coming into Dodge City here on Wednesday, 7:30 start time. Pretty good Butler County team. Share with us kind of what you're expecting to see out of them and the keys to success.
I think Brian Miller is one of the best coaches in our league, and he does a tremendous job of preparing their teams at Butler. They just play so hard, and they're so physical. Defensively, they're tremendously sound. Offensively, extremely efficient. Not the best shooting team we've seen, but very efficient with what they do.
Yeah.
And you've really got to prepare for them. You really got to prepare for the physicality of the game, how hard they're going to play on every possession.
Yeah.
Really, really a tough team. Gritty, tough. And we got to be prepared for that. We're going to really have to execute well offensively, be very precise offensively, and we're going to have to guard them because they got some guys that can really attack the rim. They can score, whether inside or outside. I just think they're a real sleeper in our conference and a real tough matchup for anybody. They come in 9-3, 1-1 in league play. But I know Coach Miller will have them really ready to play. And like I said, I have a lot of respect for him. He's one of those young coaches out there that I'm going to tell you, he's going to be a Division I, NCAA Division coach down the line. And we got a lot of coaches in our league like that. And so many coaches that do a really good job that don't really get enough said about them.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to talk about Coach Herkelman at Coffeyville, who does a great job. And Coach Eck at Hutch, who does a great job. We got a lot of coaches in this league who do a great job. Brian Miller's one of those coaches.
Yeah, coach, including you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just one of the old guys. I'm just around. Hey, I'm lucky to wake up every morning.
No, I don't think we're there.
All right.
Okay. So we enter Wednesday 5-5, 0-2 in conference play. but this might be the game that propels us forward. You definitely got an opportunity in the athletes to.
I feel
to do
really
that.
good about our team.
Absolutely.
I want everybody out there to know that. I feel really good about our team and where we are and what we're doing. And I'm going to tell you, I want to really take my hat off to Coach Loll because he's tremendously deserving of what's going on right now. This has been a 3-year process for them, and what they're doing is really encouraging us and encouraging our guys.
Yeah.
And when our guys see those girls fight, those ladies fight, the way they're fighting, hey, we can go out and do the same thing. So my hat's off to them. My congratulations to them. I want them to have continued success. I know they feel the same way about us.
Absolutely.
The conquistadors are about family. And I think it starts with our athletic director, Jacob Ripple. We're about family here. And it doesn't matter whether it's basketball, men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, softball, football, track, field, cross country, soccer, whatever it is. We're about family, and we're all in this together. And when somebody's going through a tough stretch, we're there for each other. And that's what it should be about.
Absolutely.
And that's what it is about at Dodge City. And I just praise everyone in our athletic department for being so supportive of us. We want to do the same thing for them. We're going to get through this, and great things are waiting ahead for athletics at Dodge City Community College.
You put that so well, I feel like we should end there. But let me ask you one more question before we get out of here. Then I'll let you go. So I asked this of Coach Loll, ask it of you as well. So we're heading into the holiday, the Christmas break. We'll have a long stretch there, relatively long stretch where you're kind of being active, no games at least. So what's the schedule look like for the men over the break before you get back into action?
Well, we've both been going since August.
Yeah.
So I think it's a needed break. We want our guys to condition, to run. Our guys will leave out of here on the 14th and 15th. They'll get back here the afternoon of the 30th. We'll start preparing for Northern Oklahoma Enid, which we play on the 5th at home.
Yeah.
It's our first game back before we get back into Jayhawk play. We play a non-conference game. But conditioning, we'll give them conditioning, weight workouts for them to go home, keep their wind, keep their conditioning, and come back and really have some time to practice over a 5-day period.
Yeah.
Really prepare, get that break, freshen up a little bit, heal up a little bit, and get ready for the second half. Really, college basketball doesn't start until January. So the big games are ahead.
Yeah.
Because when we get back, we're going to go straight into March. And we want to be ready to play at the end of February, starting in March, going into March, because those are when the big games are. You want to have fresh legs, want to be healthy, want to be ready to play. That's what we hope to be.
Coach, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, and I will see you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Talk to you in the new year.
Okay, God bless.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's give Coach a round of applause.
Thank you.
So thanks for joining us, guys, and thanks to Guymon Petro. We appreciate hearing from Coach Tucker and Coach Loll. Good luck to their teams Wednesday night, the DC3 Student Activity Center. We'll see you there. We'll see you next time on the DC3 Coaches Show.